The narcissist does the same thing. The one-track mind, the one way, the highway, my way, the only way. And they push you into bullying type position. They position you with power and control. But they only deal with certain archetypes. The empath, the people pleaser, the groomed one. Why is that? Well, they have to be groomed, or else nobody deal with them. And the narcissist knows that. To perpetuate, they groom. Because they know if all the narcissists out there did not groom individuals, there would never be supply for them. So in their survival, they know they are forced to do that. Again, I'm not going to get off of this topic of possession. That's what it is. That's what it is, y'all. They do these things because they all are controlled by parasites. It's the same parasite. They all think the same. Why? Because they have no individuality. Let's look at what we call artificial intelligence today. Artificial intelligence is to say we can build something, a robot like iRobot, the movie. What did that movie remind you of? The same, y'all. It's always the same. You can build 1,000 of them the same. You can build 100,000 of them the same, but they're not going to be unique. The narcissist is not unique. You are. If they're not unique, you are. The narcissist wants to become you because they're not unique. You are. They envy that. They're jealous of that. They're greedy of that. They have to become that. In their dysfunction, there's no way out. You're going to know that anything that's unique is going to be special. It's going to be honored differently. It's going to be held up differently. There's nothing they can do because they're restricted. And when you're restricted, you're stuck. It's like a boundary. You didn't put it up. The creator put it up. And when a creator built something and they put up a restriction, it cannot be bypassed. There are some that are bypassed, but they're bypassed through witchcraft and cheating, lying, stealing, but they all catch up. So it's not really a bypass. And that doesn't count in this situation because this is a firm boundary. There's different types of boundaries. There's boundaries that can be somewhat what we call defiled, right? And then there's some that are ironclad. And in the case of the narcissist, what you're really talking about, the parasite, they're one and the same. It doesn't matter. They're not unique. They're not different from one another. They're all the same. That's why they're on tracks. And that's why you can predict them to do the same thing, to operate in the same personality. They maybe covert versus overt, but they all operate and feed off the same thing. Unique is to say, I can do something with talents you cannot do. I can perform something you can't. But in fact, we could all act as a narcissist if we wanted to. There's nothing unique about them. The uniqueness is in the individuals that have not given in to the matrix, that have not given up to the mediocre life of the matrix, which is to have no good emotions, have no good state of emotions, no good state of love or any kind of expansion. There's no expansion in the narcissist. They have to steal their expansion. So it's all a facade. The narcissist has to steal for expansion, and that's the facade in the case of their growth. They're not growing, they're wearing stolen energy. And that's it. They're not creative. They have to steal now because they are all artificial and limited based on ironclad boundaries the creator put into the laws of this universal world we live in. That states whatever the narcissist does is going to be generic. And if at all they show any sign of uniqueness or talent, it's just stolen. It's stolen energy they stole from somebody who is unique, who's given their birthright up. They're just wearing it because they stole it, and that individual, through contract, covenant, consent, and lack of their own boundaries, gave it to them temporarily. They can't become it. They're not unique. That boundary is ironclad, built into the universe, cannot be bypassed. It's like a dog can't mate with a human and cause morphology. A dog's genetic code would never be allowed to cross over the universal boundary, and vice versa. a human could never interact with a dog that could manipulate that situation. But in fact, you can act like a dog, but you can never be a dog.